What if I told you America's highway systems weren't just built for cars, but were actually built for wars and in the process tore communities apart? After World War II, the Cold War gripped the US in fear. Soviet nukes, air raids, and possible invasions were expected, and the government needed a plan to move troops, evacuate cities, and reorganize the country in case of a disaster. In 1919, 28-year-old Dwight Eisenhower joined a cross country Army convoy from D.C. to San Francisco. Unbelievably, it took over 62 days to get across country. There were broken bridges, trucks getting stuck, and it exposed exactly how weak America's roads were. Fast forward to 1945. World War II is ending, and General Eisenhower just got to Germany. He sees the Nazi Autobahn. Its roads are wide enough for tanks and were built to quickly move troops and supplies. Eisenhower was completely blown away. Later, he calls it one of the smartest military investments he's ever seen. Fast forward again to 1956. Now, President Eisenhower signs the Federal Aid Highway Act, building 41,000 miles of roads. Its real name, the National System of Interstate Defense Highways, over 64,000 miles secretly mapped to move troops, tanks, and weapons in case of an emergency. Every major military base connects to it, and even today, the full straw net map is online. And some say, including me, I think it's a national security risk. But these roads didn't just help the military. They cut through cities, mostly poor, black, or immigrant communities. In Nashville, for example, I 40 was curved in 1967 to avoid a white area, however, destroying 600 black homes. In Tulsa, highways bulldozed the rebuilt Black Wall Street in 1971.
Between 1935 to 1965, North Nashville was an affluent black middle class community.
Del Morocco sat right across the street there, and it was a place more than anything else in the city that demonstrated the intimate relationship that these businesses had with the community.
Williams, a historian and TSU professor, says it all changed.
This interstate physically separated the community.
According to Metro Nashville, the construction of Interstate 40 and Interstate 265, now I-65, in the 1960s displaced 1,400 residents, businesses, churches, and pride.
In Birmingham, I-59 and I-65 were laid directly over 1920 segregation lanes. What a coincidence. Fortunately, during Hurricane Katrina, highways like I-10 and I-55 were flipped into contraflow lanes, helping over 1 million people evacuate. Those roads saved lives, but many poor residents without cars were left behind. Most people don't know this, but if war, disaster, or crisis ever hits home, the highways we'd evacuate on were planned by Eisenhower himself, mapped out to move troops, tanks, and supplies fast. But those roads tore through black neighborhoods, displaced families, and cemented racial divides. And while we can't undo the past, what's changing now is this. People are finally acknowledging the truth behind how these roads were built and who ultimately paid the price.